someone we haven't seen here in a long time, as Bob Rossi pointed out before. This should be quite an interesting matchup. Last time, I think both of these guys were in an XWA building. They were in completely different spots in their careers.
It's amazing what can change over a year's amount of time. One of the greatest examples would be Kellan Thomas. Resolution 18 claiming the Firebrand Championship title for the first time, first out of 2 times that's taken place. Came into that matchup a virtual underdog, not even considered a contender by many, proving all of the doubters wrong. And he's just been absolutely on fire ever since. When you think of where he was a year before that, he was a man who was just floating around. He was lost. He was stuck in limbo. That's no longer the case, ladies and gentlemen.
Either of these men. Anywhere close to being in limbo. Kellan Thomas, Firebrand champion here at the XWA. Elia, well known all over the Northeast. Right now, this is that wrestling. This is a straight wrestling match here between the two of them.
Both men matching one another, a hold for a hold. And Elia the Great, a very traditional style of wrestler. However, his conditioning makes his orthodox style extremely effective. Kellan Thomas caught from a different cloth. Kellan is very much an innovator, very much an unorthodox style of wrestler. One of the more adaptive competitors we have on the roster. Now he's wrestling Elia's wrestling match once again, matching one another, hold for hold, shot for shot. John Roy, I gotta ask you, what do you think Elia's greatest strength is going into this matchup?
Elia's greatest strength was that flop he just did around the ring. That was pretty unique.
Fair enough. A fish out of water, as he's not taken on many people of XWA caliber in quite a while, and taking nothing away from his achievements over the years and over the past year that we haven't seen him. But the bar has been risen here at the XWA. The furnace is running on high. Both men grappling, taking exception to the wrist. Kellan now with a guided counter, back into the headlock. Smack dab in the middle of the ring. Elia now slightly out of range to use the ropes to break the hold here. Fights his way back to his feet. Just 3 minutes into this matchup, guys, and we've seen a lot of technicality out of both of these competitors.
Elia back on the wrist now. Kellan going back to Elia's wrist. This is straight back and forth action. Elia trying to do what Kellan just did earlier, but failing.
The guided springboard counter does not come to fruition, as Commissioner Jose Perez just took John Roy's payday at our commentary table.
What else is new?
But back to the action here.
I think he went to the concession stands with it.
Well, that's a whole lot of popcorn that $100 is going to buy you. But Elia now looking to dictate somewhat of the pace of this matchup here, taking to some reprieve outside of the ring, forcing Callaway's hand into a 10 count.
Speaking of math, there's a little summertime math. How many freeze pops could you buy with that $100?
It was 2 for $1, right?
Yeah.
That's 200 pops, kiddo.
No!
Yeah, man.
Thanks, Pops.
The man who's fighting out of the Coroba takes a seat in his cabana, waiting for Elia to get his shit together.
Yeah. It's one way to put it, Bob Rossi. Oh, big arm drag. Second one. And the drop kick. Sending Elia back to the canvas. He likes that canvas here tonight.
Ooh! Big avalanche style forearm. Hits its mark. Elia counters the whip. Beautiful up and over by the Firebrand champion. Driving belly-to-belly suplex. Springboard moonsault cover
Very
here.
impressive. Very impressive move by Kellan Thomas.
This has been some excellent action. Besides some of the chicanery thrown by Elia, because he likes to dictate the pace.
He's trying to dictate it right now. He's calling for a timeout.
Calling for a timeout. There's no timeouts in pro wrestling, pal. But aside from his hijinks, we've seen a lot of good action. We've seen a lot of good competition between these guys. Up until right now, I'd say it's been a very scientific wrestling match. But Markopoulos is turning this into a fight and does not bode well for him.
Getting himself turned into the guardrail. Right in front of the guy that says he sucks.
Oh, another one. Big blow into that rail. Riot Kellan Thomas doing what he wants right now with Elia the Great.
Walking him around the ring. A great ring of headbutts from
Elia
Kellan
eating
Thomas.
a whole lot of steel.
He hasn't been here in a while. He just showed him.
Just delivered at our front row seat
Right
here,
in front
guys.
of the kids. Going for the high five.
And that fan has to defend that belt later on.
Yeah.
Elia trying to call a timeout. That's not going to happen here. Not a throwdown, folks.
Again for the timeout, huh?
Kellan Thomas runs into the buckles.
Falling for it twice now.
Elia playing a little bit of possum. Double knees to the back. Quite effective. Cover applied here.
Kellan kicks out at 2. Match certainly going a different direction than it started in. Much slower, more violent.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Whoa,
if you
whoa,
turn
whoa,
your
whoa,
attention
whoa,
over
whoa.
by the ramp here, high-class Rich Bass is looking at a clipboard for what reason, I don't know. Seems to have a vested interest in this matchup. I know he's quite familiar with the likes of Elia Markopoulos.
Maybe he's just painting them like one of his French girls.
Maybe he's thinking about another addition to the cartel. I know damn right well Trigger the OG has been gunning for that Firebrand Championship. What better way to ensure yourself that path than to stack another member into the cartel?
It'd be a great addition.
I mean, I don't want to speculate too far here, but Rich Bass is the kind of person to pay a guy like Elia Markopoulos to come in and do a hit on Kellan, just softening him up for competition down the line.
Going for the pin now. 1, 2. Kellan just barely rolling out of the way. What's up over there, Mr.
Rich
Whitney?
Bass showing a lot of interest in Elia, showing that he seems to be rather impressed with him.
Hi, Rich. How are you? You're the man.
Hi, Rich. You kiss my ass. Back to the action in the ring. Kellan Thomas being asphyxiated by Elia Markopoulos. Just 8 minutes now into this matchup. Non-title competition. Gentlemen, I'd say for the most part it's been a back and forth matchup. But for the past couple of minutes, Elia Markopoulos has had Kellan against the ropes.
Come back right here, though, by Kellan.
That could have cost him. Elia fires back to no avail. Kellan tying him up. Elia fights out.
Oh, man.
Fires back with a big clothesline, sending them both down.
Kellan attempting that double underhook. Not before Elia fights his way out of it and throws a nasty lariato, grounding the Firebrand champ.
2. Kicks out again. And this is why Kellan Thomas is the Firebrand champion. Can he do it again?
Now's the time. Elia needs to capitalize. Look to be going to that top rope possibly. Can it pay off? Can he get a victory here tonight over the XWA Firebrand champion?
Elia just driving those knees into the canvas.
That is an extremely hard landing to take onto the canvas. Buying a little bit of time for Kellan Thomas to recover, and he does just that. Throwing that signature left hand. Thomas now attempts the whip. Counter by Elia. Fez press thrown by Thomas.
Ooh!
Basement single leg drop kick hits its mark. Gentlemen, we are now approaching the 10-minute mark of this matchup. These boys can go the distance. Who do you have, John Roy?
I gotta go with Elia.
I'm gonna go with the champ.
You're gonna go with the champ?
He's gonna turn things around here.
I'm gonna side with you as well, Bob Whitney. I think the champ's got this just about wrapped up. He's got himself the ripcord gator roll applied. Into the Falcon's arrow. Jackknife style pin. Oh,
Elia
and Elia kicks out at 2.9.
Elia's got the better conditioning, the better physique. Keeps coming back with that extra breath of air. That's why I think he's going to pull out the victory. R.I.O.T is the champion here. But I don't know if he can keep up with Elia.
He has the backing of the fan base also, Bobby.
Elia has a leaner build. Kellan has been on a hot streak, and he has the adoration of the fans. He's looking to throw that signature Stillmatic for the knockout blow, but Elia charges in with a desperation boot. And John, you're not wrong. Every time, cover here. Could it be? No.
Kicks out.
Every time Kellan Thomas starts to fire up, Elia is right there to chop him down. Boys, 11 minutes in, Firebrand champion sucking wind. Elia on his feet. Roy, I think you might have called this one, my friend.
And to touch back on the subject previously, I said R.I.O.T couldn't keep up with Elia. What I should have said is I don't think he can keep up as long as Elia because, well, he's starting to get back over now. But they were going toe-to-toe at the beginning of this match, and then Elia started picking up wind. And right there was just... That was just a desperation move from R.I.O.T Kellan Thomas as he goes for the pin.
He goes to dump out Elia the Great. Kellan Thomas wisely going for the pin. Rich Bass knowing if there was ever a time to interfere, now would be it. Boys, the fix is in. The cartel is up to no good. And our camera's not catching it, but Trigger the OG just molly-whopped the champ with a spinning wheel kick. No! Not like this!
Elia picks up the victory.
This match, Elia the Great.
With help of the high-class cartel.
With the help of the high-class this was orchestrated. There's not a doubt in my mind that this was an orchestrated hit by the cartel. The champ has been softened up. Elia coming in the hired gun.
It's a strategic advantage, of course. That's why they're cartel.
These sons of bitches having an agenda.